So what we spoke about at the start of class was Mushin, of no mind. Mind without mind, it means is completely free, present with a full awareness of the self. To me, it means being focused, clear mind, and being present. So wherever you are, whether it's at school, at karate, wherever it may be, all right? Don't think about other things that are going on in your life. Try to be present. So if you're talking to someone and you're off thinking about something else at work, and oh, yeah, he doesn't think I'm really listening to him, yeah, and you're not really taking in what he's saying. Same with when you do karate. When you bow in, drop the baggage at the door, come to learn. So, and it's also likened to, we've all watched the Olympics when you see a runner. To me, that's Mushin. When they're down and they're on the blocks or about to jump into a pool, and they're so focused on what they're doing. Again, they're visualising, I'm going to jump into the pool, I'm going to swim to the end. They don't notice the thousands of people screaming, things that are going on around them. They're just focusing on that one task at hand. And you watch a boxer or someone like UFC, another example, when they're in the ring, you don't dare look around, do you? Because you're going to get punched. Yeah? So that's, to me, that's what Mushin is, okay? So what we're going to talk about now is the third law of motion. Sir Isaac Newton's third law of motion. For every action or force, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And you're probably thinking, how does that relate to karate? Well, we all have the same physics to deal with our karate, with our body, eh? Where's Damien? He's hiding somewhere. There he is. For every action, there's equal opposite reaction. So if we were punching, how would that translate? Or kicking, whatever it may be, hey? So if I was punching, so we do a standard reverse punch. You with me?
Hey.
We have the hip off, don't we? Hey. We don't have the hip square to punch, do we?
Hey.
So the hip is pulled which way? Backwards. Off. Backwards, yeah? So for every action, there's equal opposite reaction. So what force goes backwards must go forwards.
Hey.
Okay, so you think of someone swinging a baseball bat. You don't just hit the ball from here. You will swing it back. For every action, there's equal opposite reaction. You with me? Golf. You don't just hit it from here, you will swing it back to hit it. I'm not a golfer, obviously. So what I'm going to show you, in karate, in GKR, we practice hitting the hip off, yeah, and punching, which is great. So we're here, pass, punching, pass, pass. All right, so what I'm going to teach you now is how to increase that power.
Hey.
We want stronger techniques.
Yeah, hey.
Okay? All right. So if I, from here, my hip's there, I can pull the hip back further, can't I? Does that mean more power? Let's check it. So from here, yes. It's got a bit of power to it, yeah? Ask the pad over. Hey. We can take the pad away if you want me to. All right. So now it's also known as double hip movement. So from here it could be 1, 2, or it could also be a wheel punch. Different ways to do it, different ways to explain it. The basis is backwards, forwards. What goes back must go forwards in equal opposite reaction. Everyone understand that principle? So if you think of a bird when they fly, they push down to go up. A car, its wheels are turned backwards to go forward. So there's a whole bunch of different ways you can explain it, yeah? So from here, we normally punch from here. That's good when you're fighting in the pocket. I'm offline, I want to knock him out. I want to end this quickly. So it does take a bit longer, yes, to get the hip around. There is a slight telegraph, but it's all in relation to what you're doing with it. So if you had no pad, if I'm just punching here, like it's going to be fast, yeah? Bang, in and out, yeah? And it's going to have some power because you're not square. we're off how we normally would train, okay? But if I turn him offline, I'm going for that big punch. That big knockout that ends this fight, because I don't want to get hurt. So high risk, high reward, but if you learn to use it in the right way, it can really pay off for you, yeah? So let's go through it. From here, we have a standard punch. Now if I pull the hip back, you see a difference? You can wheel punch it. Grab your kick shields. All right, so you know we're actually trying to punch through a pad, yeah? So when we're talking about kamai or kamei, we normally stop, and it's the last little bit at the end we're talking about, yeah? About technique, yeah? And it's always focused, and you hear Sensei say it all the time in your classes, yeah? Work on your kamai, you know? It's always got to be at the end, so have that little bit at the end, that focused part at the end of your punch, yeah? And that's okay, but we're working on, we don't want to hurt our partner, do we? Because, you know, you haven't done the training, except for Damo. Did I mention he was giving me lip on Thursday? All right. So, there's an Okinawan term called chinkuchi. It refers to the discharge of explosive power, and that is not limited to any particular striking method part of the body. So what we're working on now is punching through a pad as hard as possible. And that hip movement we're really referring to is called, you may have heard of it, gumaku. Anyone heard of that before? The high grades? I'd hope so, yeah? Gumaku is actually an Okinawan term, believe it or not. It refers to the body centre where the power is generated. Waist, hips, lumbar. So anything in that powerhouse core, okay? And it implies to actuation of balanced and interconnected contraction and relaxations, hip tremor. So you'll see high grades do it, especially when they hit around the brown belt level. We will start doing stuff like this. Yeah, you can see guys do this little stuff, yeah, and we pull in, and then what do we do? The hip goes back to go forward. Oh my God, we already do it. You just don't know about it. You don't know what it's called, okay? So how can we apply that to kicking? When you kick, when you do a round kick, do you have the hands up to kick? Or do you swing the hand back to kick? If you're fighting in the pocket, so drop that down, Sensei. What we call fighting in the pocket, so we're here, we're going to fight, we're here. If I was doing a round kick here, I'd have the guard up because you could hit me. All right? You with me? If we're offline, I'm going for that big power shot. Like we did for punching before, yeah? We're going for that big power shot, okay? All right, so I'll kick in the pocket, here, and then I'll swing it back. In the pocket, arm down. Do you see a difference? Do you feel it?
Yeah,
Want me to put the pad down and try it again?
Oh, no. I like this pad.
As I said, the old Okinawan term, chinkuchi, practicing kicking through something.